I think people have a misconception on like how people are chosen to in terms of being chosen for a job, being chosen for um, a position of power, et cetera, et cetera. There are a variety of reasons. The thing is, MAGA is unable to think beyond the surface level. Unless someone says something specifically out there and says, I'm doing this because XYZ, they're assuming that there's no other reason besides XYZ. The reality is that there's a lot of times, and you guys definitely know this, where people choose certain people because they're friends with them. Is that discrimination? You could argue it. They pick someone because their family knows that person. Donald Trump is bringing people in for his cabinet that are people married to people he knows or are friends with. So that happens. Is that discrimination? Picking your friends over qualified people? The same premise and principle is there. There are different reasons why you choose people. Now, the baseline at the end of the day is that all the people that are about to get picked need to be qualified. They need to be qualified to get the position that they're about to get. Once they hit that threshold of qualifications, at that point, you look at other either soft skills or you look at other reasons that make them more of a reliable pick. Now, oftentimes that can be a representation pick where you know that they will represent whatever kind of policy or group that you're discussing better because of their culture, because of what they've been through, or you have a long history with that person so you know you can trust them to either do the job right or be loyal to you as a worker. There are a variety of reasons why people are instilled into power. So, acting like race is not one of them, when historically white men were getting chosen for a bunch of positions because people thought white men were just better at everything than everybody else, is ridiculous. So that was the historical precedent. And then moving forward throughout American history, the people who were more qualified and more educated were white men. It wasn't until obviously later on when we get into the modern century when eventually people of color, people who are women, are now able to get educated and rise in status, but they're still getting looked over because the perception and the stereotype is that they're not as qualified. So we had to do a lot of work to end that stigma, to prove that no, it's not based on race, it's not based on gender. I'm just as qualified as you. And that's why these programs existed, to afford these people the opportunity to get that same thing that a bunch of white men are getting because of that stigma that has been there historically.